you have a desire or a need, it flows to you. You respond to it to manifest. That's 9. That's 15, which gets 6. 13. 21, which is 3. Kind of don't understand that yet. Okay, I guess it goes past the 9 and back to 3 if it goes. Okay, so what I want to say on this point is that positive expansion doesn't mean good or evil. It just means what's being multiplied. So someone has a desire to kidnap 15-year-old girls. The soul takes in the desire and nurtures that for expansion. Then that's what's expanding. Okay? The soul has a need to save hungry children in Russia. They take in that desire. If it's able to manifest, then it expands. So it's really no such thing as good or evil, because something that's heavy, burdensome, horrific can expand. And something that's beneficial, benevolent, merciful, charitable can also expand. So there's no such thing as good or evil. You can very well see that. There's nothing representing good and evil in the system. Seeing the natural order and flow of universal expansion, you realize that there was never to be a system of counting based on the advent of birthdays and standardized time. So it's hard to imagine and hard to conceive, but there was a time in our world where we didn't have standardized times. UK was on one time, Asia was on another, Americas was on another, but based on various factors, they began to move towards standardizing time, and that's what we get today. Daylight saving time and all these weird things. Also the same with birthdays. I just commented about a video that I watched that really had me triggered about birthdays. Like, that wasn't really a real thing. And like, it just makes me wonder why like certain people that are really all about celebrating birthdays, and you know, you're like, why do they age so fast? Maybe because you pay too much attention to your motherfucking birthday. But yeah, on the seriousness, like, those aren't real things, because the counting that the universe is doing, 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, inside of 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9. That's not a system of counting. That's a system of flow, of balancing and flowing. So when you start to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you see that 1 is the individuation, the action of individuation, to the mind of individuation, 3, the trinity of the self, need, desire, question mark for now, 4, manifest earth, 5, womb for the soul expansion, 6, positive expansion, 7, selection, 8 life path, 9 is the universe. So, or the all, because 9 is the 0, 1, right? So you can see that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have all these steps before you can get to the life path. And it's not actually really creating balance, because let's say the 1, 2, and 3, action, mind of action, tension. So what is the tension coming from? The tension was inserted, I believe. So I feel maybe the 3 has a different identity than desire, need. But these things were inserted somehow, and this is where we are. Manifest earth, and then the soul. And that's not the order that life expands in nature. And because we know that's how a fetus does not expand. We know that's how a flower or rose does not expand. Like, we see this in nature, so we know that this is how it is. 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5. So when you have action, mind, manifest, life path, selection, that is a flow. But it also creates the certainty that we, each one of us, each soul that's watching this video right now, or even the souls that clicked after 20 seconds, we have existed since the all, since the beginning, right? We decided to individuate and have a mind to manifest earth. Like, we manifested this together. Decided our life path, and then there was a selection. Okay, selection of womb. And those of us that have manifested as feminine are masters, right? And this, I stand on that 10 toes down. And this is one of those things that, I was questioning for years and years and years. Like, how do we know they're ascended masters? And especially because I never hear any ascended masters that are females. I've never heard someone say that a female, ascended into a master. Not Joan of Arc, not she's the only one I know. But no one on earth can know if they're ascended masters, because they're men. So we know that they weren't masters here. But we do know that we as women were masters, and that our power and authority had been slowly, painfully stripped from us by way of witchcraft, because we know that the masculine is associated with, divination, sorcery, witchcraft, fear of danger, ghost of future danger, ghost, specter. Like, it's the masked feminine. So, you're going to kind of expect like some darker energies, but that the direction that the men went, I think, was a little too dark. Not creating balance for the feminine action to master this existence. And another thing is that it leaves us stuck. The insertion of need or desire leaves us stuck, because most of the time, once you're talking about, let's say you're a soul that's born and you're starting your life path, okay? Because it's multidimensional. 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, right? So by the time you get to 5, it's like you're not able to complete. You're always at a state of need. And especially if we were going, especially because they inserted counting 1, 2, 3. So a soul coming into this life dimension could get trapped in need and never be able to fully individuate and get on their life path, you see? Because if you're here and you're stuck, you're still going to go through the cycles, right? So it's just taking a soul longer to get to their life path. But your life path was actually designed before you even came to be. So we go back in the dimension of the all and creation, individuation, the mind, manifestation of the earth, life path, selection into a soul. Do you see how this works on each of those dimensions? And it's always going to work the same. So what I'm curious about is the 3. When did desire and need get inserted to get us into this counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and slowing us down from being on our life path and being in that flow of infinite power. That's all I have for now. Bye.